youth the Anglo tradition, culture, and social values. It also aims at teaching them the unadulterated history of their ancestors. During this year's festival, a forum was created at Ketasco Senior High and Technical School, where the above noble ideals were imparted to the students. The first speaker, Agbotadua Kumassah, educated the students on the migration of the Ewes, with emphasis on their traumatic experiences at Notie and Akin Agokoli, their subsequent sneaking away from there to where they are now in Ghana.
On record, Yenya aniba eveliaike English yo for the Gokosman. Aniba bato for Enya Fantiniba. I go sign the bond of 1844. Fantiobazo, British colony. Lapa Adamabe 1850. Then you are going to Morgan for presenting. What's the English show? English show was of Piagula 1850. Like 1874, I would have to have English show to 1874, Afiazo, Eastern Province. Treaty outside of Blomberg with the view to remove any doubts which the natives, meaning the Anglos, might have as to the right of Her Majesty, the Queen of England, to occupy Jelakofi, Quita, Akata, and any other places deemed necessary to be held in order to place the Auna, that is Anglo, country or any portion of it under the same jurisdiction as is exercised by Her Majesty over the other portions of the Gold Coast. It is hereby further agreed that should it be deemed fit to Her Majesty's government, they shall occupy any such places as may appear to them expedient for and on behalf of Her Majesty the Queen of England. That is 1874. Etafiazo, British colony in 1874.
Agbotadua Kumassah debunked the derogatory tag number 9 put on people from the Volta region.
What are the number 9? You know, sir? Yes, sir, very good. I know provisional now. Kwame Nkrumah wrote the first Miss Ghana, beauty queen, Miss Ghana. What's a Ghana we're going to get to Bauna? Alabe wanted the show employed a number. None we are not to voter region, I number 9. Gamaya regional Madame, Western region, Central region, Ashanti, Northern region, Transport and Togola. Omada shaking her. Captain number 9. No buyer would there in 9. Alabama Shama will do 9 happy, number 9 happy. It was a voter region time. Voter in the house of number 9. Number 9 had 2 birthday.
The next speaker, Dr. Date Kumoji, a staunch traditionalist, told the students that the vital key that unlocks the mystery of science and technology is missing in Africa. He challenged the students to endeavor to find that key. Otherwise, their education will be meaningless, as it will only be used to buy bread and butter.
Also, a strong morning, they give information about things. So that was the good idea. Mima so nunya akoko au nanekeu. You kata Indonesia, you could hear go, you have gold. You told me one or two, a Ganamia field. You have a cuckoo, you told me one or two, Ganamia field. Niapa and Niakuga Miatifia, the golden Bukon, Akoko Zui, and me like a dog. So good that they had done near aku lupa kami punya teman free.
The unspeakable atrocities meted out to the forefathers of the Ewes by King Agokoli during their last sojourn at Notie remains fresh and indelible on their mind. So on every occasion that the Hogbetsotso festival is celebrated, the history is enacted to portray some of the mind-boggling experiences of the Ewes. This year, a play entitled The Exodus of Ewes from Notie was enacted by the Messiah Multimedia Troupe from Accra. The gist of the story is narrated by Agbotadua, Kumassah.
One day, the ball where the Eves were organizing a drumming session, and at that session, a scuffle broke between a Dogo man who was called Aga and Machima who was called Jedwa. Now during the scuffle, Jedwa hit the forehead of Aga with a sharp instrument and blood was coming out. Agokoli heard the incident and wanted to take Aga for treatment, but the Dogo refused and they took him home. Now, when Aga was recovering from the injury, an elder died among the Dogos. So one of them suggested that they should inform Agokoli that the man who was hit by the Jedwa died. Now, because before that time, Jedwa was very rebellious towards the Dogo. He insulted them. He would come to the village and capture some of their animals. So they did not like him. And then if they concord the story that the man died, he would be killed. So they brought out the story. Agokoli was informed. So by the convention and the law operating at the time, he had to hand over Jedwa. So he handed over Jedwa and the Dogos killed him. So you can find that they did not kill him justly. It was a lie they concocted that led to his death. Now, this incident was meant to be secret. And so they made a vow that no one will reveal the secret. To complete the funeral rites of Aga, organized another drumming session. Food was plentiful and there was a lot of drink. So one of the elders got drunk and he made the infamous statement.
That careless and unguarded statement made by a drunkard to the effect that we are seekers of vengeance for a supposedly dead but a vibrantly living person evoked the fury of King Agokoli against the Ewes. As a first step, he ordered the killing of the elders of the Ewes. Then, he ordered the Ewes to make a rope with clay. The Ewes also countered the order by requesting King Agokoli to show them an old sample of a rope made from clay. After all the severe punishments, King Agokoli ordered the Ewes to build a wall around the city of Notie. Even after the completion of the wall, the atrocities did not cease. It then dawned on the Ewes that King Agokoli wanted to annihilate them all, so they devised a plan by which they escaped. The Notie experiences were indeed pathetic and traumatic. However, very often the migration of the Ewes is simply traced from Notie. Where exactly did the journey begin from?
The migration story started from Sumeria. Sumeria was a country in Asia Minor, which changed into Mesopotamia, and then finally into Iraq. So the journey from Iraq right down to Moche registered 8 settlement places. We were in a settlement called Ajatome. From Ajatome, we came to settle in Egypt. Now, someone will ask, what are the evidence of settling in Egypt? Now, we were in Egypt, and the rulers of Egypt were called Pharaoh. Now, Pharaoh and Pharaoh, which means the chiefs or the kings of the Hebrews, are almost the same word. Pharaoh, Pharaoh, and they were there before the Jews came during the great famine that happened in Canaan, when their father Jacob sent them to go and buy corn in Egypt. They were there when they came, and later on when Joseph asked them to go and bring their father and the other siblings, they were already there. And when they met these people, they started to relate as brothers, and most of the injunctions given by God to the Jews were accepted by them. For example, outdooring of newborn babies, it was an Egyptian rite. Now, but circumcision of the male children was an Jewish rite. So when God gave the right to the Jews, the Hebrews also accepted it as part of their right. And even the name for the Jewish God, which is Yahweh, but they read without the consonants, YHW. Now they call it Yahweh. And Yahweh is also the name, the same name has the same meaning that the Yahweh or the Jehovah of the Jewish people. Libation was also a rite which God asked the Jews to do. And libation, they were asked to use flour, they were asked to use drink, and they were asked to use water. The same 3 items are still incorporated in the libation of the Everest as of today.